Good morning, everyone. First Warn 5 meteorologist Savannah Tennyson here. You can see that we have a blanket of clouds in the sky right now. Today is still going to be very mild. I think we could have some peaks of some sunshine as we're heading into the back half of today. And then we also have that severe weather chance as we're heading into our overnight hours tonight and early into tomorrow morning. So I kind of want to break down everything that's going to be happening within the next 48 hours. And then heading into next week, we'll touch on that just a little bit as well. So hopefully you are doing fantastic on this Saturday, maybe having a slower start to your day. It is very warm outside. We're sitting in the 60s, even though it looks gloomy out there. So let's talk about what we're seeing for this weekend. For today, I think most of the area is actually going to be staying relatively dry. So that's great news. However, we do have that chance for showers and storms overnight tonight. It looks like the primary hazards are really going to be hail and wind. However, we do have a very low end chance of maybe an isolated tornado spin up with the start of the showers moving through the area. Again, for most of today, going to be dry, and then we could have maybe a few additional showers and storms for tomorrow. So here's what it's looking like tonight. This is brand new information from the Storm Prediction Center. They just updated it about 20 minutes ago. So we have a lot of the area still in that level 2 out of 5, including here in Kansas City for strong winds and hail being the primary threats, winds being the number 1, then hail, then an isolated tornado threat. So let me time this out for you so you can kind of get a better idea of what we could be seeing. So we could have some clearing skies, especially for our far eastern counties by like 1 p.m. this afternoon. I think we'll have some peaks of sunshine here in Kansas City, but those clouds are going to be increasing, especially as we head into later on tonight. So let me back this up so you can kind of get a better understanding. So this is 4, 5, and then heading into 6 o'clock. And then as we get into around 7 o'clock, this is actually new. It's actually bringing in these showers and storms a little bit earlier compared to the last few models that we've been seeing. So our far western counties could have showers and storms already by 8 p.m. tonight. And those will continue to move through. It looks like this wants to make these showers very pulsy in nature. This is where we could see maybe a supercell or two that's embedded within this become so severe, but also have an isolated tornado threat associated with it. So that's what it's looking like. This is actually at 9 o'clock tonight. This will continue to move over, and this is actually going to be a broken line that moves through. So then we get into around 10 o'clock, a lot of those showers, maybe some storms over in Chillicothe now. And then heading into the late overnight hours, just a few showers by 12, 1 o'clock. Then take a look at the time we get into our overnight hours. Some showers and storms from the south are going to be increasing into our area for very early morning showers and storms. We still could have some embedded strong to severe storms within this, with primary hazards being hail and also gusty winds too. This will continue to move over towards the east as we're heading into early tomorrow morning. And then most of that activity actually going to be out of our area before the sun does rise. However, I do think we're going to have a few isolated shower and storm chances. Unfortunately, this is as far out as it goes. This is brand new information that we're actually getting in right now. So I'll go back to this in just a minute to give you another update on that. Behind this, though, temperatures are going to be getting cold. So for this afternoon, we're talking highs in the 70s. By tomorrow afternoon, we're talking highs in the low 50s. And it's kind of going to be a gloomy day tomorrow, too. So because of that temperature drop and because of these showers and thunderstorms into tomorrow morning, we do have a first warn in place for your Sunday. Much cooler. So t-shirt and shorts today. Tomorrow, you're probably going to be trading that out for jeans and a jacket. And then for your Monday, still staying cool, we now have a new first warn for Tuesday heading into Wednesday. It's kind of like a copy and paste scenario of what we're seeing this weekend, actually. We have that front coming in overnight, kind of straddling 2 days. So that first warn in place Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning because of that system that's going to be moving through. Here is what the latest SPC has for us. So along I-70 and north, about a 15% risk for some strong to severe storms. So that's like a level 2 out of 5 from what we typically see. And then as we head into Wednesday, you can see that that actually is going to be shifting over towards the east because that system is going to be moving over towards the east into our far eastern counties after 7 a.m. So here's the timing of that. Showers and storms don't really start to fire up until late night hours, just like tonight. As we head into the overnight hours, into the early morning hours, that line continues to move through Kansas City and continues to move over towards the east, finally clearing out by about lunchtime. So here's a Security Bank 7-day forecast for you. First warns in place today and tomorrow, and that's really just trying to get you to focus on the overnight hours, really, because of that line of showers and storms moving through, some of which could be on the strong to severe side. This will continue into your Sunday morning as well. So if you're going to be traveling to church maybe, or you're going to get a coffee, you'll probably need that umbrella, especially if you're in our far eastern counties. A few more showers still possible throughout the morning hours. Very cool tomorrow compared to what we're going to be seeing today, about 25 to 30 degrees cooler. And then heading into the middle of next week, a copy and paste scenario, overnight showers and storms Tuesday night into Wednesday. It looks like it could impact your Wednesday morning commute. Of course, with any overnight event, you're going to want to make sure that you have several ways in receiving watches and warnings, especially if they do pop up in your area. You want them to wake you up. So I'm going to show you that timeline one more time in case you're just now joining us here on Facebook or maybe YouTube or on our streaming platform. So let me go back up to the newest information. Again, here's what it's looking like from the Storm Prediction Center. This is level 2 out of 5. Strong winds are going to be the primary hazards for tonight. Large hail is going to be possible. And then also, we can't rule out a very brief isolated tornado spin up or two as well, especially with the initiation of the showers and storms that will be firing up. So here's what the timing looks like. Most of today going to be relatively dry. We're having clouds right now. We're going to continue, but we could have a little bit of clearing, especially into this afternoon into Missouri. Then we start to see more cloud coverage heading into this evening before those showers and storms start to pop up. Now, this model wants to bring in those showers and storms popping up 6, 7 o'clock over towards our west and moving into our area by like 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And you also notice that this is a broken line compared to what we saw this time yesterday morning too. So we're continuing to get new data and updating you as we do, as this is actually coming in right now. So this will continue to move over. These are the showers and storms that could pose that isolated tornado threat as they're moving over towards the east and become maybe supercell activity. Then as we head into our overnight hours, 12, 1 o'clock, kind of almost a lull. And then more showers and storms from the south and the east will be popping up around 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, mainly south of I-70 really is what this is kind of painting that picture. But it actually looks like as we head into the early morning hours, so like 4, 5, 6 o'clock in our far eastern counties, we could maybe have some heavy downpours, some thunderstorm activity, and also maybe some strong to severe storms ongoing. That moves out, and then we also start to see more showers and storms popping up as we head into around mid to late morning on your Sunday as well. So these are the things that we are going to be watching very closely as we head throughout today. Make sure, again, that you have several ways of getting those watches and warnings. Just because it's going to be the overnight hours, you're going to be sleeping. If one does pop up in your area, you definitely want to make sure that you're waking up. And especially if it's a tornado warning, you're going to want to get in your safe place as soon as possible. So having that phone handy, make sure that your alerts are on as well, because I know, especially for myself, I put it in sleep mode. Maybe not do that tonight. Just allow that phone to be on so you can hear any of those updates that are going to be coming through. Of course, we're going to continue to update this as we head throughout today, so make sure to stick with us here in the Weather Center, but also on KCTV5. So I want to show you this. This is still coming in, but those showers moving over towards the east, and then as we head into the mid-morning hours, we could have a few more showers and storms moving across the area and then moving out by the time we hit maybe at lunchtime. It looks like this is going to be very isolated in nature compared to what we're going to be seeing overnight, with kind of a large band overnight and early into tomorrow morning. So one more time for the timeline for this. Most of today staying relatively dry, maybe some sunshine by this afternoon that'll help warm those temperatures up into the upper 70s, low 80s, maybe a few spotty showers over in Bethany and Maryville. And then by the time we get into 6, 7, 8 o'clock, those showers and storms firing up over from the west and moving into our area, western counties. Broken line as of right now is what it looks like. and then this will continue to move over towards the east. Again, this is where we're going to primarily see maybe that isolated tornado threat, as some of the severe activity kind of decreases after midnight. So that's good, but it's still a possibility as well. And then 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when we start to see some heavy showers across the area, maybe some gusty winds and some hail associated with this. And then by the time we get into 5, 6, 7 o'clock, most of that is already out of the area. A few more showers coming through 9, 10, 11 o'clock. And then finally getting just some gloomy weather in place for tomorrow. So once again, please make sure that you have multiple ways of receiving those watches and warnings as we're heading into tonight. And then also make sure that you're staying with us here at KCTV5. I'm checking some of the comments right now on Facebook. So if you're on here, thank you so much for joining and getting this information. I want to make sure that everybody gets it. Dakota says it's a nice day for a motorcycle ride today. Yeah, that's for sure. But by this evening into the overnight hours, not going to be a good night for that. That's for sure. Yeah, Sunday, not going to be too bad, but still probably going to be gloomy, and some rain showers are going to be possible. So definitely don't want to be caught on a bike or a motorcycle during that time. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them for you before I jump off of here. So one more time, this is what the Storm Prediction Center is showing. We still have a level 2 out of 5 for a lot of the area. It looks like that primary threat is still going to be damaging winds, some hail, and then an isolated tornado spin up or two cannot be ruled out either. That does include here in Kansas City, over in Chillicothe, Marshall, and then over in Sedalia too. First warning in place for tonight because of these showers and storms moving in, firing up around 6, 7 o'clock in our far eastern counties, moving into the area once again, and then moving out. Then that kind of almost second round of showers and storms moves up from the south to into our area by 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Some of this could pack a punch with some heavy rain showers, some gusty winds, and some hail. That'll be moving out actually probably before daybreak. So by 7 a.m., still having a few isolated showers across the area, and then maybe a few more showers as we're heading into midday before we finally start to dry out. But the gloominess is going to be sticking with us as well. You're welcome, Leslie. I want to make sure that y'all are staying up to date, especially since this is an overnight event, that's for sure. Temperatures today are going to be in the upper 70s. Behind this front, guys, we're going to be getting pretty chilly compared to the last few days. We're talking a high of 51 degrees for tomorrow afternoon. Temperature is actually going to be dropping as we head into the morning hours as that cold front is sweeping through, and we'll only be able to recover to about 51 degrees for tomorrow afternoon as well. And then those 50s continuing into your Monday. And then by the time we're getting into Tuesday, that's when actually our next risk for strong to severe storms is going to be increasing. This is new from the Storm Prediction Center along I-70 and north. That'll be transitioning over towards the east by the time we get into Wednesday. So we'll be focusing on that system after we get through this weekend. One more check of your 7-day forecast. Here it is. 2 first warns in place for this weekend. Really, that first one today is really for our overnight hours, and I really want to stress that because really today is going to be a really nice day to be outdoors. 78 degrees overnight by the time we're getting into your Sunday at 51 degrees, so showers potentially continuing, very isolated in nature. And then first warns as that cold front straddles once again Tuesday night into Wednesday. Some strong to severe storms will be possible, and it looks like it could be impacting your Wednesday morning commute, so just a heads up on that. Hopefully everyone has a fantastic Saturday, guys. Make sure to tune back in as we continue to give you the latest, and then our shows for this evening as well. Make sure to tune in to those at 5, 6, and then also at 10 o'clock too. Meteorologist Warren Sears will be in for those shows, and we'll continue to update you throughout today.